Blake Lively's love life isn't just about finding Mr. Right. No, it's far more complex than that. It's about falling for the wrong person at the right time, all while sharing the spotlight with Hollywood's biggest stars. But what's really going on behind the scenes? From on-screen chemistry to off-screen sparks, Blake's relationships have always left people guessing. Was she really just falling in love on set, or was there something else at play? Let's dive into the untold story of Blake Lively's most shocking and unexpected relationships, starting with her very first. Before Blake became the household name we all know, she was just another aspiring actress trying to make it in Hollywood. Enter Kelly Blatz, her first known boyfriend. The two met on the set of Simon Says back in 2004, a movie that most people have long forgotten. But this relationship, it marked the beginning of Blake's love life unfolding under the public's watchful eye. While Blake was still working hard to find her footing in Hollywood, Kelly was navigating the same path, making them an ideal match. Their connection was built on mutual understanding as they both chased their dreams in the industry. But by 2007, as Blake's career began to skyrocket, thanks to her iconic role in Gossip Girl, their 3-year romance came to an end. Their breakup marked a major shift in Blake's life, as she was about to become one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Though their relationship was low-key and out of the public's radar, it was pivotal, a time when Blake was beginning her rise to fame. But Kelly, after his split with Blake, he dropped out of the limelight, choosing to remain private about his personal life. The talented musician-turned-director has stayed under the radar, but that early chapter of Blake's love life set the stage for everything that followed. Now, let's fast forward to the Gossip Girl days. If you've watched the show, you know that on-screen chemistry can lead to something real. And it certainly did between Blake and Penn Badgley. But don't be fooled. This wasn't love at first sight, it was sabotage at first sight. Blake admitted in a 2009 interview that when she found out Penn was joining the cast of Gossip Girl, she wasn't exactly thrilled. In fact, she tried to turn the whole cast against him, poisoning their opinions of him before they even met. Yeah, not exactly the romantic meet-cute you'd expect, but despite her best efforts, Penn wasn't the jerk she imagined. In fact, he was exactly the opposite, charming, kind, and impossible to hate. Blake eventually admitted that her initial feelings were way off, and slowly but surely, the two started spending more time together. From the Gossip Girl set to real life, their relationship bloomed, and by 2007, rumors started swirling that they were an item. Of course, Blake played it cool at first, claiming they were just friends, but when paparazzi caught them kissing in Mexico in 2008, the cat was out of the bag. Despite their hot and heavy romance, their relationship wasn't meant to last. By 2010, they had called it quits. But here's the kicker. By the time their breakup went public, they had already been separated for a year. In fact, they were so professional on set that no one on Gossip Girl had a clue they were no longer together. So, while their off-screen romance may have been brief, it was an iconic moment in Blake's journey. But just when we thought things couldn't get any more complicated, Blake's love life took another unexpected turn. So what exactly went wrong between Blake and Penn? Well, like with many Hollywood breakups, rumors started swirling. Allegedly, Blake had already moved on, and there were whispers about her relationship with none other than Ben Affleck. Yes, you heard that right. Blake was rumored to have had a fling with Ben while filming The Town together. The two were spotted looking cozy off camera, and the paparazzi caught them getting a little too comfortable when the cameras weren't rolling. But that wasn't all. Reports suggest that Blake's relationship with Ben caused some tension between him and his then-wife Jennifer Garner. And just when we thought things couldn't get messier, Blake's next love interest came from an even more unexpected place, the set of Green Lantern. But more on that in a minute. By 2011, Blake was back in the headlines for a different kind of romance, this time with none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. The relationship came as a surprise to many, especially since Leo was known for dating models, and Blake had just been in a whirlwind romance with Ben Affleck. But somehow, these two made it work, at least for a while. Their romance started slowly, and despite the fact that Blake didn't land the role of Daisy in The Great Gatsby, that went to Carey Mulligan, it was clear something was sparking between them. They were seen together on a yacht, vacationing in Venice, and taking trips around the world. It all looked picture perfect, until it wasn't. Despite their glamorous public outings, photos from their time together showed some cracks in the facade. Blake looked a little more stressed than usual, while Leo appeared indifferent. Was this romance just another fleeting Hollywood fling, or was it a genuine connection that faded under the pressure of constant media scrutiny? What's clear is that by the end of 2011, Blake had moved on from Leo, and another co-star romance was just around the corner. It was 2011, and the world was still reeling from Blake Lively's whirlwind romance with Leonardo DiCaprio. But as fate would have it, another life-changing chapter was about to begin. Blake's next love interest, none other than Ryan Reynolds. And while Hollywood loves to pair up its biggest stars, Blake and Ryan's connection was more than just a tabloid romance. The two met on the set of Green Lantern, a superhero movie that, for many, didn't exactly set the box office on fire. But for Blake and Ryan, it ignited something much more exciting, a connection that would evolve into one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. On screen, they were destined to be love interests. Off-screen, their dynamic began as a friendship, but that would change when filming wrapped. By the time Green Lantern was released, Ryan and Blake were spotted hanging out, casually spending time together. There was something undeniably magnetic between them. Ryan, still dealing with his recent divorce from Scarlett Johansson, wasn't looking for a quick rebound, and Blake had recently ended things with Leo, choosing to focus on herself. So, what made them take the plunge? For one, both Ryan and Blake were in a similar headspace. Both had been in high-profile relationships that had played out in the public eye, and both were determined to do things differently this time. They weren't interested in playing the Hollywood game. Instead, they sought authenticity and companionship. Their chemistry was undeniable, but they kept their budding relationship low-key. While the paparazzi was often one step behind, Blake and Ryan chose to remain relatively private, letting their bond grow organically. When it comes to proposals, Hollywood is often associated with grand gestures. Think extravagant fireworks, 5-carat diamonds, and hidden cameras for the most public proposals. But not for Ryan and Blake. For this couple, their proposal was far from the spotlight and focused on their quiet love for each other. Ryan's approach was refreshingly understated and intimate. Rather than staging a massive public spectacle, Ryan kept it personal, asking Blake to marry him in a way that felt deeply connected to their lives. The proposal, believed to have happened in the serene, private setting of nature, spoke volumes about how much Ryan valued the bond they shared over the fame and the hoopla. The ring Blake wore was a masterful work of art, vintage in design and understated in its beauty, yet it symbolized their love perfectly. Blake's ring choice wasn't about flaunting wealth or attention. It was about representing their bond, something meaningful to the two of them. The couple kept the details under wraps, but fans soon learned of the couple's secret wedding in South Carolina in September 2012. There was no massive guest list, no media frenzy, just a quiet ceremony that reflected the simplicity and sincerity of their love. And while fans were left to speculate about the wedding's secret location and attendees, the media's focus only served to further solidify Blake and Ryan's commitment to each other away from the flashing cameras. By 2014, Blake and Ryan were ready to expand their family. The announcement that they were expecting their first child was met with widespread excitement from fans, but Blake and Ryan's approach to parenthood mirrored their approach to love, private and focused on what mattered most, their family. In December of 2014, they welcomed their first daughter, James. Instead of publicly flaunting their new arrival, they chose to keep things private. The couple never formally confirmed their daughter's name, but a rare glimpse on social media gave fans a peek into their growing family. They shared few photos, ensuring that their personal lives remained their own, away from the prying eyes of the media. By 2016, Blake and Ryan were parents to 2 children, and while Blake's fans eagerly awaited any snippets of her family life, she continued to emphasize that her kids would not be growing up in the same Hollywood fishbowl that she had. The family settled down in a suburban home outside of Los Angeles, seeking to give their children the kind of grounded upbringing that Ryan and Blake both valued. This was a huge shift from Blake's early days, when she was constantly in the spotlight due to her Gossip Girl fame. Now, she was focused on raising a family with Ryan, ensuring that they had a childhood far removed from Hollywood's frenzy. Their second child, another daughter, was born in 2016, further cementing their status as one of Hollywood's most grounded couples. Ryan and Blake's parenting style was focused on balance, making time for their kids while still nurturing their own relationship, career, and individual passions. In a time where many couples seem to struggle with the pressures of parenthood in the spotlight, Blake and Ryan seem to thrive. While Blake's role as a mother is undoubtedly one of the most important aspects of her life, she has also found a passion for entrepreneurship. After stepping away from acting to focus on her family, Blake ventured into the world of business with the launch of Preserve in 2014. The lifestyle brand was designed to celebrate art, beauty, and craftsmanship, and it was clear from the start that Blake's vision for the company was deeply personal. From home goods to handcrafted goods, Preserve embodied Blake's sense of style, love for creativity, and dedication to sustainability. The brand became a reflection of Blake's own values: quality, beauty, and authenticity. However, despite the excitement and early praise for Preserve, Blake eventually shuttered the brand in 2016, citing the challenges of balancing motherhood and the pressures of running a business. This decision highlighted Blake's commitment to finding the right balance in her life, showing that, while she was passionate about her endeavors, she would never let them come at the cost of her family's well-being. Alongside her entrepreneurial ventures, Blake has continued to use her platform to speak out on issues close to her heart. She advocates for women's rights, pushing for greater representation, equal pay, and better opportunities for women in Hollywood. Her advocacy has earned her admiration both within the entertainment industry and among her fans. Blake's authenticity and confidence in tackling life's challenges only make her more beloved. Even when she was in the midst of her own career pivots, she kept showing up, balancing business, motherhood, and activism with grace. So, what's next for Blake Lively? Fans are eagerly awaiting her next chapter, wondering if we'll see her return to acting, expand her business empire, or perhaps dive deeper into social activism. Whatever it is, Blake's future is looking bright. In recent years, Blake has been increasingly selective with her acting roles. Her performance in 2018's A Simple Favor marked her return to the big screen in a major way, playing the role of a mysterious, glamorous woman in a dark, comedic thriller. It showed that Blake still had the chops to take on complex roles, and fans are excited to see what's next. Outside of acting, Blake continues to focus on her family, her friends, and, of course, her career. She and Ryan are also major supporters of charitable causes, with both contributing to several organizations that focus on children's health, education, and the environment. But perhaps most exciting of all, Blake and Ryan's love story continues to be an inspiring one. They have shown the world that even in the public eye, it's possible to keep things private, to nurture a strong bond, and to find joy in the everyday moments. Blake's journey has proven that she's more than just a Hollywood actress. She's a dynamic force with ambition, heart, and the ability to balance her personal and professional lives with elegance. Blake Lively's love life is a story of growth, change, and undeniable chemistry with her husband, Ryan Reynolds. From her early relationships and public dating history to finding lasting love with Ryan, Blake has shown us that love can be unpredictable, but it can also be incredibly rewarding when we least expect it. Their relationship isn't perfect, but it's theirs, and it's built on mutual respect, understanding, and love. As Blake continues to thrive in her professional endeavors and personal life, her story is one we'll continue to follow with admiration and affection. Whether it's her acting, her role as a mother, or her contributions to society, Blake Lively continues to shine, proving that there's more to life than what meets the eye. So, what do you think? Was Blake's love story one for the books, or just another Hollywood romance that couldn't last? With Blake and Ryan, it seems the fairy tale just keeps getting better.